That's a balk.
Yes,
That's the game. How about this finish tonight from Petco Park in San Diego? A stumble by Santiago Casilla is a balk, and Derek Norris comes in from third, and the Padres in 10. They win it 7-6.
Velocities, but that's just an easy balk. I think everybody, including the 4 umpires.
As far as the Braves are concerned, and they pick off at first base and a hammering balk instead, and down to second base goes Francoeur. So Kershaw, who has balked a few times and made what appeared to be a
Lean back.
Oh, he fell off the mound, and the ball gets away as Davis will go to second.
They catch a spike in kind of a slide step. All of a sudden you're off balance and not much you can do.
Position.
And Martin just took it. It's a balk. No question about it. Great read by Martin. And there's the run scoring.
Take it. Something in the middle. Make it pay. Up, they throw to first, and Ramirez was off, and he is out.
Hold on, it may be a balk.
Joe West.
Yeah.
Joe West calls a balk and says, Ramirez, you get second base. And Robin Ventura, you have no recourse. Can't argue a balk in baseball.
You know, I think Jose heard it. That's why.
Yeah, what just happened? That was really strange.
Davis, third base umpire called it, I thought.
So it's no pitch, and Davis goes to second base.
It's a balk. Second one called in the game. The third base, Ben May called it. I heard it's a balk.
Well, the pitch looked like it was
Goes against or whatever. You can't throw 4 or 5 more times.
And a balk now is called, and that'll send Santana to second. That might have explained why Santana nearly got picked off prior to that. Now Mickey Callaway is barking from the dugout. You can't argue balks any more than you can balls or strikes.
And allow a run that way. Oh, that's a balk. So the run will score. Dallas will go to second. It's 2-0 Phillies on top. Well, how often do you see that? Just don't see it every day. Oh, God.
infield in. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2-1. Oh, wait a minute. Are they calling balk? Yep. The balk is called. The run comes in. De La Rosa talking to Will Little, and Walt Weiss coming out.
Charlie bouncing way off second. Syndergaard, did he balk? Yep, he did. Syndergaard balked because Charlie was bouncing around, and Blackman has third. Chris Ciccione made the call, and no argument from Terry Collins. That's a balk. Now the Rockies, with a base hit, can take the lead, especially with the speed of Black.
And you almost have to think that Anderson would.
That's a balk.
That is a balk. You're right.
And really, they really got away with one, because if that ball could very.
That's a balk, and that's going to score a run. Oh, what a gift run there. Tigers will take that. That was immediately called, and it's a 2-1 ball game. What a minute.
4 days. He's had really good swings.
Swing and a miss. Took something off that. Beltran way out in front. Now, I guess they called the balk, because moving to second is McCann.
And a balk is called. A balk is called on Soria. Marte suddenly in scoring position.
He's playing left field pretty near every day. And that would be a balk.
His plant foot on the rubber just pretty much slipped when he kicked his leg. He just lost his balance and didn't.
Corey Seager can get at second base.
And they'll rock in the delivery, and Turner fouls it off, trying to disrupt that timing. But they've called a balk on Cueto, and that will give the Dodgers a 1-0 lead. Bill Welke, first base umpire, made the call. Cueto can't believe it.
You cannot argue a balk either, and it's interesting that they're even going to explain it.
In the inning, it's a balk, and the Marlins have another run. Gordon will score. Gordon flinched at third and drew the attention of Baez.
Not that guy, not that other Santana. You're talking about Johan Santana, man. That guy pitched here for the Minnesota Twins, but this is another Santana who's doing very well, and they've been working hard to try to avoid that type of discrepancy here in Minnesota.
Speaking of discrepancy, a balk by Santana. He was that guy that balked, and you saw Paul
Malone started twice in 2014 against the Astros, pitching pretty well. Yeah, it's a balk. He stepped more toward home plate, and that's going to cost him a run. Both runners move up on the balk by Malone. He did not step directly toward first. Gomez scores, and it's 4-2 Houston.
Score 2 down here in the 7th inning.
Oh, that's a balk.
That is a balk, and you can score that run. I don't know what happened to Henderson, but he didn't throw the ball. From third comes.
A lot of things go wrong, and if you can get Garrett Cole to come back. You know, Tyone has struggled tonight, but I still think he has a chance to really impact things. Andrew McCutchen has yet to get going. As you looked at, they're 5th in the wild card standings right now, just 3.5 games back. But I still think there's a big second half out there for McCutchen.
Runner goes. I think a balk was called. So Montero to second on the balk. Charge to Tyone.
Rather than Freeze and McCutchen in scoring possession. Whoa! A balk is going to be called, we believe. Yes, a balk is called. The Pirate bench noticed it right away. Derek Norris is arguing, but boy, the bench immediately reacted and called the balk, and then Ryan Blakeney, the first base umpire.
Oh, balk! A balk by Reed, and the Padres will get the run as jogging home is Derek Norris. A little brain cramp from the young left-hander, and that moves Ramirez to second as well, and the Padres now lead 2-0. Out of the way. Inside, 3-1.
For the balk?
And they're calling a balk on Miley. What was that, a quick pitch? In comes Norris to score, a bonus run for the Padres. And that jumps the lead to 7-2. Here comes Scott Service, and Miley is really upset with first base umpire Mark Ripperger.
3-2 instead of check on Carpenter.
I was going to say that was awful close to a balk. And it looks like it was our home plate umpire that called it, the crew chief. Ryan Price wants a interpretation of it.
Brian Price, the former pitching coach under Dusty Baker here in.
Fake it to third and then go to first. Quick pitch. It's a balk.
That is a balk, and that'll score a run. He didn't come to a stop. That'd be close.
That's what pressure does. Get a little pressure on somebody. Try to out.
And McCann's still thinking about that pitch, and you know it's kind of forgotten, but you know that could have set up this whole inning. What
was that? They called the balk. Here comes Kevin Cash. He wants an explanation, and so do we.
see what happened out there. We've seen him work that change in more this year. That's interesting. We thought it was strike three. Yeah, it was strike three call.
Yes.
Lazara.
It is a double play, should be.
The runner from first stopped, Odor.
What are we going to call now? It was clearly called a strike. It was right down the middle. Jason Castro throws a strike to second base, and the tag is made, and there is no way you can turn this into anything but a double play.
Field and Culbreth.
Double in the last 21 games for Andrelton. That's a balk. We'll bring in Albert.
That was great. Bandy saw that right away as a catcher.
6-2 on that balk.
And now a balk is called on Giolito, and Granderson goes to third. Well, this is a rookie in his second big league outing, 21 years old, and he's losing his cool a little bit.
Oh, can't do that.